Today, our topic is basically in regards to the Nova Scotia PNP. Nova Scotia has gone through a lot of changes, especially the end of April 2026. They did introduce the expression of interest, where all type of applications do have to go through an expression of interest route. Hi, thanks for tuning in. This is Yoke Immigration's YouTube channel. I'm Liz Matthew, the regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Let's dive into our video. How this basically works is that earlier it was not this model. So everyone who was applying to the Nova Scotia PNP, they just had to put in their application in whatever programs it is, and then you basically wait for a nomination to happen from the province. Recent changes effective May 1st, 2026. Yes, Nova Scotia PNP has said that all applications have to go through an expression of interest route, and if an officer or the province is going to select you, they will let you know if you are selected from that expression of interest. And if you did submit your expression of interest before May 1st, 2024, unfortunately, you will be no longer in the expression of interest. But if you submitted your expression of interest between May 1st, 2024 and April 30th, 2026, yes, your EOIs submitted during this period, they will remain active and no action is basically required from your end. And anything that is submitted after May 1st, 2026, they will be subject to a 12-month validity period. That's how long the expression of interest will be valid for. And expired expression of interest may be resubmitted if the applicant continues to meet the eligibility criteria. So what is this expression of interest? How do we go about putting this expression of interest? That's something that we will be discussing in this video. So in the Nova Scotia PNP portal, you will have to go ahead and log in as if you are an applicant who is applying, log in as an candidate, and then you got to go ahead and select your program, which program you are eligible under based on the criteria that you meet. Click on the option, and then you got to go ahead and fill in that they are asking you to fill, say like your personal information details, date of birth, name, so on. Complete it and then scroll down, and then they do ask you about what are your status in Canada, and whatever be your status, be it your permit number and your expiry date, you fill that, and then your passport details and your contact information, your mailing address. So these are all information that they require. And then your residence information, say you are in Nova Scotia, how long have you been, where have you been living in the past 5 years? Nova Scotia will need to know that information. And also it is to be noted that supporting documents will be required for the Nova Scotia expression of interest as you put them in the pool. And you're waiting for the pool for you to be selected from the pool. And so moving on, your residency status, other than that, your marital status, if you have dependents, yes, do enter their details such as spouse, dependent children's. And for the Nova Scotia Express Entry EOIs, you will require an Express Entry job seeker validation code and an Express Entry profile number. That is from your federal Express Entry application. You will require those numbers to be inputted in your Nova Scotia Express Entry EOIs. And once you have that, if you have any kind of provincial applications, yes, do let them know, and what are your language requirements, and what are your scores, and how you are connected to Canada, and do you have any relatives in Canada, and what are your education requirements, what are your current education, right from your secondary school education and your university or post-secondary education. Put in all your education details right there. If you have worked in Nova Scotia, please do input that in your information, as experience in Nova Scotia is a requirement to be eligible under the Express Entry Nova Scotia EOIs, as you need at least 1 year of Nova Scotia work experience. And then your personal history for the past 5 years, you will need to input that. And moving on, what are your plans in settling in Nova Scotia? How have you settled in? Please do provide a small detailed write-up on it. And That's basically all the information in regards to the details that they are asking. And you will also, as I mentioned earlier, you will require supporting documents to prove all this what you have mentioned along, that is to be submitted along in your expression of interest. So please do submit your expression of interest properly and be in the expression of interest pool, and wait for Nova Scotia to basically reach out to you and get you selected. And we are always here to help you out. If you do require assistance with any of your immigration applications or any kind of immigration inquiry, reach out to us, and see you all in the next video.